Well, let's make it easy. Why keep
Okay.
it tough?
Okay.
I'll put the hardest, but to me, probably the most valuable one thing to stand out.
Sure.
Be different. That is it. But it's hard because I think we're wired to fit in. We're wired to not stand out. We're wired to be in the comfort zone. But the one thing that has helped me, which is easy to celebrate when you have success and harder to do when you're in the process, is being different. So, for example, I should not have the career that I have. So for those who do not know me, I'm a professional event MC and speaker. I should not have this career. I do not have a communications degree. I am not an A-star English student. In fact, it was one of the harder subjects I had in school. I am not so big on reading or writing. I love studying and I'm a nerd, but not to the extent that is required to host tech conferences. But more importantly, I'm an Indian living in Europe. If you know anything about visas and paperwork and all of that, just being in the country is a challenge, let alone being invited to participate in these events, let alone being the face of these events. So when I am the moderator, or in India is often known as the anchor, I am the face, the brand of a client. So when BMW hires me, I am the face of BMW.
Right.
What is the connection between my face and BMW? Nothing. So it really should not work, except that I have learned to own my difference. In the early days, this was hard. I mentioned earlier that I'm the son of an Indian diplomat. So growing up with a British accent at times, an Indian accent at times, with Indian clothes and Indian food, all of that was challenging to fit in my very diverse classrooms.
Sure.
And so I always felt different right away. And I worked hard to try to fit in. I tried to have the accent the other people had. I tried to wear the clothes the other people had. I tried to have the passions and hobbies others had. And I think at some point, I was 16, 17, 18, I just learned to this is me. So for example, I love playing the piano. In a big band, the piano is in the back. Now I tried, and I'm pretty decent at playing the saxophone and something that you play at the front. Really, my happy spot is in the back. And I've learned that that's okay. Not everybody has to be in the front. For example, I still don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do these adult things other people do. I live in Germany, which is a drinking heavy society. I lived in Ireland, which is a drinking heavy society. I have no interest in that. I love go-karting. I love playing sports. I love being outdoors and going on adventures. And I've now created a career where I'm flying every 3 to 4 days, having these adventures. I've just learned to be different and to own it. And it's really opened the world for me. I'm giving that example just to let you know I am a very ordinary person that dared to stick to my lane, to be myself. The word that they say is being unique. But what comes with being unique and authentic is being different. And you got to be comfortable with that. So my advice to you, whoever's listening, is represent who you are and do not play the game. So if you think that the university is asking a question of, for example, how did you deal with this conflict or this, this problem? Don't give them the answer. Give them your answer. The best you can do is represent who you are. If you think the university is looking for just A's and you don't have A or whatever the top grade is, that's okay. If you're a very good musician, talk about that. It doesn't matter what society, your parents, or your family may say about your artistry or your passion for music. Represent you. That's the best thing that you can do. That's at work. That's at college. That's with your friend circle. Be yourself. So that was a very, very long answer. I apologize for that. But I think this is more of a mindset thing and not a practical thing. The best way when applying to universities, colleges, jobs is not about playing the game or the formula. There's things that also exist. You can go to Google for that. First thing you got to do is be you and be comfortable being you. Because anyone in HR, anyone who's reading these applications, including myself, so I'm one of the recruiters for Yale University, which is my bachelor's. And so we can tell through someone who is just playing the game, just giving the answers that they think will impress us, and those who just say, this is who I am. These are my passions. This is how I spend my time. This is what excites me. This is what drains me. This is a milestone in my life that positively affected me. This is a negative thing that also affected me and changed me. And this is just my story. And I go, amazing. This is a person that knows themselves. They're ready for the next level.